Hello, human peoples. You're listening to the podcast network of Gamefully Unemployed. To support us and gain access to great exclusive podcasts like Fox Mulder is a Maniac, Tom and Jeff Watch Batman, Star Trek The Next Futurama, and our latest show, Spiel Boys, head over to patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. We do game streaming, movie nights with our patrons every Friday night, and you can even commission your own podcast about anything you want. Literally anything, within reason, and we have to do it. You are quite frankly out of excuses not to go visit patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. That's patreon.com/GAMEFULLY unemployed, which is spelled like it sounds. Going to Plumberville.
Plumberville, that's what it's called. To fight Colin Hanks.
Yep. Villainous Colin Hanks with his skunk mohawk.
Yeah, it's the best part of him.
Yeah.
He's like Hawkeye. Hi, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
My name is David Bell.
My name is Tom Ryman.
And we just watched Nobody 2. Even Less Buddy.
I've come to terms with the fact that you don't have an average job.
You guys having fun at the convention?
But we haven't seen you in months.
What happened to your eye?
Somebody found me at the game.
What game?
The one you missed?
Yeah, this is, I don't know. It's the latest.
It's the latest
sequel
in
to
the Nobody franchise.
Yeah, I like forgot what... Like I just read the Wikipedia like description of Nobody 1.
I thought I remembered it a lot more than I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you watch it recently, or have you?
No, I haven't watched it recently. It's been a couple of years since I've seen it, actually.
Okay, reading the synopsis and remembering it, it's pretty much this movie.
Yes,
from what I can tell.
Yeah, from what I remember as well.
Yeah, how'd you like this movie?
I thought it was fun.
It was. It's should know it's Timo Chianto.
Yes.
And I'll say this. Here's the only thing that disappointed me. This is technically his first American film. According to the trivia of this movie.
He has a lot of stuff on
like
non-Netflix, but
yeah,
and he's in VHS movies too.
Yes, yeah. Which maybe they mean like first feature, like
probably.
He's also signed up for The Beekeeper 2 and The Last Train to New York, which is the train to Busan.
Great. That's great news.
It is great news,
The Beekeeper 2 especially.
My gripe is that it didn't feel like one of his movies.
They have to pull back on the violence so much.
The violence, yeah.
Yeah. That it's
like,
tough seeing him work within an R rating.
Right. If you got Timo there, I'm like, well, use him, use him. And it felt more like they were like, you want some money, Timo? You want to bang out something for us? Because it didn't feel like it, again. I also liked this movie. It was a lot of fun because I liked the first Nobody. Yeah, and like this is a breezy 90 minutes.
It is. It's just 60-year-old Bob Odenkirk beating people up.
Yeah, it's yet another like dad film fantasy. This time it's I'm trying to have a vacation with my family. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Like it's that. Making
memories.
Yeah, I guess for people who haven't seen it, I mean, there's not much to spoil. So,
no.
It's Bob Odenkirk takes his family on vacation. And the thing I was trying to like figure out watching it was like, okay, how much does Connie Nielsen know? I forgot all the...
That was kind of... Yeah, I had forgotten this too, but that's a reveal kind of in the first one that it's not a True Lies situation. She knows what he does.
Right. So the first one, I had to figure this out too, which is that the first one is also bookended by him being interrogated.
Yes.
It ends the exact same fucking way, which is that they like...
He goes and sets a bunch of traps at his father-in-law's shop.
Yep. And the interrogation ends with someone calling and being like, let him go. And I'm like, all right. It's... The idea is he's an ex-assassin. That was what I had forgotten because I was like, why is he a badass again? Because I couldn't remember if Nobody 1 was like about him becoming a badass, but that wouldn't make any sense.
No, he's a John Wick.
Yeah, he's a John Wick that's retired. Yeah. He's just... So like it's interesting because I'm thinking about like what is the draw of Nobody? And it's
funny.
What if John Wick was like played by Bob Odenkirk.
John Wick was Bob Odenkirk, is what it is.
Right,
Like,
that's really it.
Yeah.
It's what if an assassin retires and like that's the thing. You could say let himself go, but he's not. He doesn't let himself go.
He's just like exasperated with being a family man, or
Right,
living the suburban life. Really,
the draw is the realization that you can take any comedic actor and make him and like give him fight training, and they're like, "There, didn't you want to watch this?" And it's like, "Yeah, I guess I
did."
It's just a funny thing because I was like, I kept like trying to figure out like, so what is the offer and the gimmick, and it really just comes down to him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's the idea that he's trying to live a normal life with all this stuff going on in the background.
Right.
Like there's some wackiness there. It's a little True Lies-y.
I was about to say it's True Lies.
Mm.
It felt like it's True Lies without as much catharsis. Because like, is the reveal in the first one that Connie Nielsen's just like, yeah, I know, which is like
I remember that being a reveal. Well, okay. I mean, I do now. I didn't until like most of the way through this one.
Yeah, I guess. What I thought this was going to be is it was going to be True Lies for his kids, but it seems like his kids
they know.
Also know.
They know,
right?
Because like the bad guys come to the house and he has to kill a bunch of dudes for them,
right? It's
like
just
that's why the kids. Like, you got a grumpy teenager, but he never quite crosses the line into total disrespect because, like, his dad killed a bunch of people for them.
Yeah.
Like, his dad's like a fucking mechanical badass.
Right. The premise here is that he has to go off and kill people.
Yeah.
And
he's paying off the debt that he incurred in the first film.
Right. And he is... It starts with, like, he doesn't have time for his family. His son got in a fight... He's not attentive enough, and it's like, okay, let's all go on vacation to bond as a family.
It's the same way that the first one begins, except it's starts with the focus on him, and then it gradually shifts that the focus is more on Connie Nielsen, which I thought was cool. It's more
in
about
this one?
Yeah, the montage at the beginning starts with Hutch, but then it becomes more about how she's sitting there waiting for him every single night, and every single night he's not showing up because he's off murdering people. Yeah, so I liked that. I liked that. I liked getting her a little bit more involved and switching, because like just doing the exact same thing again wouldn't.
Yeah,
as much of like a storyline or like an arc as you want to put in, I appreciated that they found a way to sort of keep the story moving a little bit. It's like, well, let's examine that. Like, just because he got the catharsis in the first one of finally being able to be a badass again, it doesn't mean that like everything's okay again. Like, he's still kind of in a rut. Like, they're still kind of drifting apart.
Yeah, it's weird because it's like there's a lot of. I keep going back to fucking True Lies. Because I'm like, this feels like it starts where True Lies ends. Where it's like, okay, the whole family knows he's a badass. He's out working. And so, like, at first I had forgotten. So I was like, is he trying to hide stuff from the family? Because it's sort of like, oh, dad's always busy. It's like, yeah, he's off killing people to pay off a debt. And I'm
not sure if they know that. I'm not sure if his kids know that that's what he's doing now.
Right.
That he's still going off and murdering people, but they definitely know that he's like a cool ass murderer.
Right. There's just I feel like, again, I do enjoy these, but like the character stuff, the plot stuff feels like it's just not. It's almost non-existent in terms of conflict.
There's minimal conflict.
Yeah, because the big thing to me, the thing I kept looking for was like, oh, okay, and it's going to be like, oh my God, Dad, you're a badass. Like that kind of stuff. It was like, no, they already know. She already knows.
They already did
There's nothing. Yeah, exactly. And so it's like, okay, now it's just like, well, time to do it again. And like, it's just interesting because I don't know what else it could be, but even the movie seems to reflect that. One of the like noticeable things in this movie that I thought was good was like it yada yadas a lot of the action. Like
some
the
of
first
it,
sequence,
not all of it, but
not
like,
all of it, but like the first sequence is him being like there was a problem with this mission, and they just sort of it's for comedic effect where it's like now he has to beat up these guys, now he has to beat up these guys.
They don't yada yada though, because you see a lot of it.
You do,
but you don't see the whole thing. You're right, and you do like some of it. You don't see a lot of it. Like with the first guys with the Oh no! Wait, yeah, you do. He throws the canister over there and blows them all up.
Yeah, but it's still like done in a montage.
Right.
It's still done in like, oh, it's not obviously we're not like, oh, how is he going to get out of this? It's sort of the idea is he's clocking in. Right?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's day in, day out, and it's what it was in the first one of him like riding the bus, taking the trash to the curb, but now it's like he's killing people. And still like texting, yeah, I'll be there. You know, I'm on my way. You know, and he's still like waking up like back to the grind every morning.
Is this movie?
What was I going to say about?
Is this movie a metaphor? Sorry.
For what?
I was just thinking about this as like the first movie is about a guy who can't do what he's built to do, right? Is the idea.
Yeah.
He's trying to lead a new life and he can't help but to be him. And then this movie, it's about him getting to be him and he's still not satisfied. He's still like just clocking in, clocking out at the beginning. He wants to I don't mean like a very one-to-one metaphor, but it seems like the idea of like someone getting their dream job and then still realizing that, because they say like, you know, wherever you go, there you are. Yeah. And it's sort of about this idea of like other things, external things aren't going to make you happy.
Yeah.
It's about internally like becoming happy with your life.
You're still the same guy no matter where you go.
Right. And you have to accept and contend with that. Is this idea of like it doesn't matter, you know, how successful or if you get your dream job doesn't define you as much as like your family life would or your personal life.
I think that's definitely intentional, you know.
Yeah.
I think you do that partially to keep the character like likable, right? Because you wouldn't want him to just be like, oh yeah, killing is where I belong. It's my family's holding me back from being happy, you know?
Right.
Like that would be like glamorizing it a little too much, like way more than it already does, obviously. But like,
for sure.
Well, I remember what I wanted to say was like, there's a couple of times where they yada yada over the action for comedic effect. It reminded me of the part in Red State, you know, the ending where John Goodman has to explain how he headbutts the guy.
That's such a good ending.
Yeah, and it's sort of like goes against storytelling, I guess, in movies, because you're like you want to show instead of tell, but sometimes it can be funny when you do the opposite.
It's just interesting to me because they have a scene later where he goes to de-escalate with Colin
That one's
Hanks.
really funny.
Yeah.
He pulls it in reverse and gets out and like throws the door open.
Yeah, and it's just this wide shot of the building and you hear it all. I do wish they because I feel like they got nervous. I wanted to see the entire thing from outside.
Do see a lot of that's true.
Yeah,
you see
they
about
cut to the inside.
Yeah.
You can tell they're like, okay. Like
It reminded me of
stop screwing
Fargo.
around.
Do you remember the first season of Fargo where they do this?
Do they?
Yeah, there's a sequence where they do this with Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh, okay.
Where you just see the mayhem from outside the building. I believe. I'm pretty sure it happens in season one of
I
Fargo.
can believe it. It's nice and cheap, a nice and cheap idea. Mm-hmm. But then they do the fighting inside as well with this.
And there were
with
explosions coming out of the windows too when it was still outside.
I guess I like that version where like the action isn't the showcase. The problem with the tricky part with this movie is like there's not that much character stuff either.
No.
I guess. And I guess that's what I guess what they're trying to do is the idea of like he promised he wouldn't fight on vacation. That's the thing he's hiding, which they play a little bit with the duck boat, which was also a nice little.
It's a fun thing. Well, he can't shut off too. That's a fun little, like it's just a fun movie. But there's all the little. I think there's enough little bits of, well, maybe not enough little bits of character stuff, but there's some fun little things in there, like in the first scene where he finally gets to speak to his kids after they've sort of been like circling each other during the week, and then he can't like get their attention because they're so used to him being gone that when he's actually there that one morning they don't notice him.
Right.
But when he finally is talking to his son, who we've seen this whole time has a black eye, and Hutch just hasn't noticed it.
Right. And he finally is just like,
so he's like, wait, how'd you get that black eye? And he's like, somebody fouled me. And then you see it. Like, you see how he goes like, wait, who fouled you? Like,
right. And
like he immediately is starting to get too mad, and you see him kind of like pull it back a little bit.
He's already ready to kick someone's ass.
Yeah.
Some teen's ass.
And like the duck boat, where he's starting to get worked up over it being like it's Liam Neeson in the carnival scene in Darkman, where he's starting to get worked up because that's not a duck boat. Like a duck boat is a specific thing. I told my kid what a duck boat is, and this is a whack ass boat. It's not a duck. Like he's starting to get mad.
I love that. Yeah, he's getting heated. There's definitely a running thread of like
like he can't, like there's a genuine character thread with him that does give you kind of something to follow as the movie goes, where he genuinely can't control this.
It's in the first movie too, but like when the guy slaps his daughter in the back of the head, and then he walks out and he's just like, nope, I can't. I just can't. Like
I forgot my phone. Which is like every time in the movie when he's like, oh, I'm sick, I ate too many churros. It's like, she must know he's going to go fuck someone up.
Right.
Like, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
He didn't eat too much. He's an assassin.
It's a good play on like, the classic Jackie Chan where it's like, I don't want trouble, guys. Where it's like he's trying to act that way in this, but he wants trouble. Like he 100% wants trouble. They could have just left this town when he realized that it was really bad here. Like it's the dad movie of it all, where it's like, no, it's the principle of it. We're not going to ruin our we're gonna do what we're here to do. Even though it's like, no, clearly the entire town wants you to leave.
Yeah, and it's like. It's the one place that his family went on vacation. So there's like that desperation in him where he's like, no, we're doing that. This is the only time I had fun. This was the one time I had fun. So this is like, that's his only idea. So he doesn't want to give up on his only idea.
I love that this is, his only fucking plan is this shitty vacation town that's long past its prime. And then it was just like, I had a good time here.
It's a little bit like Christmas Vacation, honestly, because what he learns that actually his dad was there working. Like he took him and his brother, the RZA, there to hang out while he was off killing people. So it was like, well, yeah, you remember this as a great time, but I was still working. So it's sort of like, that's a little bit of growth there for the character where he gets to be like, oh, I don't need to, like, I can have my cake and murder it too.
Right. Like, I don't know where his character comes out in this.
Of that, you get a little bit of the Clark Griswold lesson there.
Oh yeah, they even have the trailers did like the music from
the Holiday
Vacation.
Road.
Yeah, they knew. Yeah, because it very much is that. It's like, what if Clark Griswold kicked people's asses? Because there definitely is this element of like nostalgia of like, I'm going back. I did this recently. I went back to Cape Cod where I hadn't been to some places for like 15 years, and it was that pressure. I could feel it of like, is this going to be what I remember it to be, or is it going to be like different and upsetting, or is the same thing's going to be there but it's not going to be as fun as I remembered it, et cetera, et cetera. Where they have that here, where like the hot dog place and like Like again, it's very dad film coded.
Yeah.
It's like this idea of going back to this vacation town and it not being what it used to be and having to clean it up too. Like there's that idea of he has to like
You make new memories.
yeah,
Like he keeps saying that we're making memories.
right.
But he's clinging to this weird thing, and he learns that it wasn't this perfect time. So it's like, oh, I should just like in seriousness, it's more of, oh, I should move forward, not back.
Right. Yeah, I mean there is character stuff.
There's
in
some
here.
stuff, there was enough there for me. I walked back enough earlier, but I think that's the right word. I think there was enough in it for me.
Here's I guess standing back from this film again, a breezy 90 minutes, right?
Yeah.
And it feels like I was thinking of like what was the thought process behind a movie like this? Because like Nobody Won was a hit, probably a surprise hit. I don't know. It wasn't. I'm sure
they
like
were hoping.
Huge,
I know
though.
it didn't. It clearly didn't cost much.
Right, and I feel like this one they wanted to play it safe. They weren't trying to. They weren't going to like. This felt like extremely safe.
It's the skeleton of the last movie for sure. It's the same skeleton. They just kind of wrote new
guy
pieces.
Not looking for trouble.
Yeah.
Escalates. They draw them in.
He
they
Home
create a
Alones
big
them.
trap. Yeah, and that was fun. The Home Aloning.
Oh yeah. I mean, this one had slightly more money, but it still is like a small movie. Like it. So I'm sure it'll probably do well.
I don't know because I guess that's my question is like it's like when you have your favorite pizza and you keep telling yourself maybe I'll get something new off the menu and then like this is just like well here it is again like where that's why I enjoyed it because I'm like yeah it's Nobody Won
it's 90
Nobody
minutes
too. It didn't like it adds some new characters it's got fucking we haven't talked about Sharon Stone.
Oh,
who
man.
is just
when that scene where she's just dancing.
They're talking about how brutal she is, and they like that felt like I don't know what that felt. It was so perfect because I'm like I can't imagine that being in the script. It just I don't know what it was. Just her dancing like a scumbag. Just such a premium. She's just such like her introduction is she has a casino and she sees a guy cheating. So she kills the dealer, then kills the guy, then kills everyone who witnessed everything.
Yep.
And it's like, that's no way to run a business, Sharon Stone. She's one of those villains that it's so unsustainable how evil she is. Where it's like this is not that you can't run a crime business this way. I'm sorry. You can't shoot everybody in a casino without the cops going like, we should probably do something about
She owns
her.
the cops, man. Colin Hanks is in her pocket.
But the casino scene isn't in the town, right? It's implied that she comes there.
Yeah.
Or from somewhere else. It's
Yeah.
just one of those villains. It's such an 80s villain where you're like, if they operated like this in a week, the FBI would be like outside. It would act like the army. It's like Jason Voorhees, where you're like,
Yeah.
you can't kill people as much as she's killing people.
Well, it's not the real world. It's like a heightened reality.
This isn't a critique. I'm just saying she's that level of villain.
Yeah, she is unhinged.
This is what I like about this movie. Because, again, this movie is unapologetically
She's like the Tasmanian devil. Like
the people who are evil are, like, ridiculously evil.
yeah, like the guy smacking his daughter in the back. Like, that is psychopathic. Like, who would do that? Like, who would smack a little
child
girl in the back of the head?
Right. It's this vacation town where you're like, how do they have tourists here? Like, if they treat
they're
people
so
like this,
aggressive.
they're so mean to everybody who comes in there. There's no way this place could operate. And I mean,
Well, it's like a
I guess the
criminal.
film
We
points out
learned
they're
that
not
it's
doing
like
great in the town.
it's Crime Stop for like a bootlegging network.
The entire town is a front.
Yeah.
Which is very funny to
Yep.
me. Have you ever been to a front? I've eaten at a front once, and I don't know for sure. All I can say is I ate at a pizza place that seemed surprised when I came in and asked for a pizza. Like they didn't know how to handle the request. If that makes sense. They made a very good pizza, and then while I ate, the entire time, just not elderly, but men in their 60s kept walking into the back and never coming back just one by one. And it was that moment of eating with a friend, like, I think we're in a mob front.
Yeah.
But this pizza is delicious, so we're gonna eat it. The point is that place was not very
participated
occupied.
in some money laundering.
Yeah. Yeah, and this water amusement park as a mob front is just very funny to me.
Yeah.
Because it's like Canadian crime is the idea.
Basically, yeah, like smuggling like booze and stuff. Like all kinds of contraband. Like they have
Right,
like
it was a bootlegging town.
Yeah, they have like a sealed like future chest full of like a virus or something.
Right.
That Hutch just blows up. We never learn what was in it.
Oh yeah, we don't.
Nope.
It's again, this movie's it doesn't feel like it was cut down to 90 minutes. It feels like they went really safe. And I think for a safe bet, it was a good bet. Like, I'm sure it'll make the money it needs to make, but it's so straightforward in a way that's almost refreshing watching it. Where it's like, it's not trying to get too meta with it. It's just like,
doesn't over-explain stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some bad guys. They just need to have their ass kicked. What are they up to? You know, like bad guy
crime
stuff. Yeah.
Just crime.
Generic crime. They're ridiculously over the top. We're going to collect some more characters. I have a feeling the guy, because they do this thing where the amusement park is run by this guy who
inherited it from his dad, who was
right,
a pawn in this criminal empire. So now he's stuck in it.
Right. And they do a good thing where, like, at first you think he's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Where it's like he's got his feet on the desk in the police station, that Bob Odenkirk's son got in a fight with his son, and he seems like really fucking aggressive. And then, like, they do a good moment where he basically goes like, dude, the guy hit my daughter. What would have you done?
Yeah, it's like he smacked my daughter. I lost it. What would you have done? And he's like, all right, get out of here.
Yeah, exactly. And you get this like this sort of like
it's like, all right, fair enough.
Crack in the armor where you're like, okay,
yeah,
he seems like he might be a person.
They're both dads, Dave.
They're both dads.
United
it's such a
by
dad
dads.
film.
Yeah.
This is very clearly a dad film. I know. Well, yeah, I was thinking about that because there is like reference for the dad system in this. Again, the general idea of a dad.
They talk about how absent Christopher Lloyd was, but they never take him to task for it. And I said that they do a little bit of work to not completely glamorize what Hutch is doing, but like his family is still like, oh, that's dad's job, you know?
Right. It's conservative dad, if you want to break it down, where it's like this town ain't what it used to be is like the first offer. And then it's like the police aren't going to help. So I have to clean up this town myself. Like that. It's 80s. It's 80s conservative dad
Death
porn.
Wish. Yeah. It's very Death Wish.
Yeah, but it's got a new sheen on it. And again, I'm like, I have no problem with that because you kind of know what you're getting.
No, it's fun and it's tongue in cheek. Like it knows what it is.
Right.
It's not preaching really, and anything beyond what an archetypal 80s action movie would be preaching, just in its DNA.
It knows it's like a throwback. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
And it knows what it's doing, and it's like it felt like a bunch of actors just kind of having a good time. Like RZA has a sword fight.
He gets to have a sword fight with the fucking dude from all of the John Wicks.
Yeah, and that felt like it was just in RZA's contract to be like, I want to have a samurai sword fight.
You know he requested it.
Yeah, and they're like, you don't even have to pay me anything. You just like, I'll do the movie to have a samurai sword fight.
I'll do songs. I'll do music. I'll be in it.
And Connie Nielsen's like, I want to get in on something. You know, like, let's get like Sharon Stone in on this. You know, she probably wants to do some action. You know, like it just felt like a lot of actors being like, yeah, let's have some fun. You know, it was shot in like a month. I looked that up, which I think is most productions. And it just feels like
about 4 weeks doesn't seem like this. I was looking it up as we were talking. It's $25 million is the budget. Like that seems about right. 4 to 6 weeks for something like this.
Yeah, It felt like it was like, hey, we had fun making the first one. Let's do it again. And let's have a little bit more money, because it's definitely like it almost feels like a do-over, where it's like you look at the first one and you're like, okay, that they do like the end that they trap is like a warehouse, if I remember. There's bus fights. It's like, okay, he fights a bunch of guys on a bus, and they're like, okay, we have a little more money this time.
There's
let's
a
add
nightclub,
water.
I think, as well.
Yeah. So let's do a boat instead of a bus. Let's do an amusement park
The boat
instead
is
of a warehouse.
so fun. I love that scene.
I love that
when
cut
the
off his
fish
pinky.
ate his fucking finger.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What a delight.
Like that, it's that kind of shit where it's like, all right, this movie knows what's up.
That was a delightful moment. Because that's like a good little oh shit moment where it's like, it doesn't raise the stakes technically, but they have now maimed
It's permanent
our
damage.
guy.
Yeah, it raises it a little bit. Like
his pinky is gone for the
enough
rest
that
of the
when you
series.
hear him climbing back on the boat, you're like, oh shit.
He's going to murder these guys.
He's going to beat these guys severely. He hits a guy with an anchor, Dave.
I know, that
and
was
then
great.
winches the anchor.
That's like the delightful shit, I think. That is, I think, what the draw of this movie ultimately is.
Yes, yeah, it's the stunts and the choreography, like the landmines and the ball pit, the water slide. That guy jumping on the water slide after him. It's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, don't go down there.
What are you doing? Just wait for him at the bottom of the slide.
Yeah, he's got a trap.
Why
Have
would
you not seen all
follow
the
him
traps?
down a slide?
Yeah, I guess so. Like
The table saw.
the table saw was fun.
The whole Colin Hanks warehouse fight where he's fighting all those dudes.
Yeah.
The elevator was fun as shit.
That was fun. Yeah,
It takes the emergency phone from the guy and it's just like shh, and then starts annihilating
Beating this other
people
guy.
with the phone. And at the end of it, he hands it back to him.
Yeah, the improvised weaponry at the beginning, I really like.
Yeah, all
Him
that
pulling
stuff
the
is
thing
cool.
off the wall and using it.
I like that they make it different. Like they do a little bit of the John Wick sort of gun kata stuff, but it's more about Hutch improvising.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that because, like,
Gives him a different sort of character than John Wick.
I guess my question is, do action movies bleed together now? Because with this stuff,
You need to do something like this in order to help that, I think.
Yeah, we've talked about like Schwarzenegger era action, where you look at Schwarzenegger films, the action in every single one of them kind of all bleed together, with a few exceptions.
Yeah.
Like, I think Terminator stands out because it's like he can take body damage in those.
Well, and the
that
set
makes it
pieces are
interesting.
nuts in Terminator, both of them.
Yes, but it's like the 90s action, I think, leaned more on like like car chases and stuff like that. And then like around the Matrix, we got this moment of like wire fu. We got this like two guys fighting is like
Movies are
what we
different
wanted
now.
to see.
Yeah.
And then I thought of like John Wick is very much that, where it's like you take John Wick, put him in a room with a couple people and put a bunch of props in the room and just choreograph the shit out of it, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where it's like, and so this is like almost a little bit in between, where you're like, there's more like environment, like the trapping, where it's like, and gun stuff, where like shootout action is an interesting action to me because like you have your like Heat style where it's like it's real.
That's
like
kind of the only
in big
time
quotes,
when
real.
Well, no, that's not true. Like, but I see, like a standard shootout is hard for me to get amped about.
Well, there's thriller action, right? Like The Fugitive, where it's like it's one big, oh my god, he jumped off the dam.
The world's different too, because like in like Lethal Weapon, when they're like having a shootout, like I know, but like if somebody fires a gun in The Fugitive, it's a serious fucking deal.
Right.
You know, like
yeah, Lethal Weapon action is interesting because that's almost like Rube Goldbergish. There's like car chases, and it leans on we need some like funny characters,
charisma,
because we're not here just for the action,
right?
Yeah, and then thriller action is like, no, this is real,
Right.
so the stakes matter.
Yeah.
And then there's stuff in between, and so like this is an interesting
like
combination.
Django Unchained is another end of the spectrum where it's that kind of shootout is fun to me because it's so over the top.
Right, and I feel like when you're writing and making action, it's this question of like, what do we have to offer?
Yeah.
Yeah, do we have like the best choreographers in the world? Can we just do fight scenes where people are whipping each other's asses in a way that's interesting? Like I think of The Raid, right, where it's like it's that plus the promise of gore. I think is what The Raid had. That made it stand out.
The Raid felt or feels kind of real. I mean, sort of like The Raid 2. I fucking love The Raid 2. The Raid 2 like gets more fantastical with it, obviously, but like that was kind of the thing about The Raid, where it's like during those fight scenes and in The Raid 2 where you're like on edge because you're like, ugh! It's like the knife fight. You're just like, oh, you're on waiting on edge for somebody to get cut because you're like, oh, it's gonna be bad. It's
gonna be brutal.
And like, oh gosh, when he when he cuts the guy's leg open in The Raid, or like when he reverse diamond cutters that guy's jaw on the wood frame. Like there's moments like that where you're right, where it's just like you're tense for each blow of the fight because it's so like realistic and gnarly.
Then you have like Mad Max, where that's like the raid for cars, right? Which is what can we do with cars that you've never fucking seen before?
Yeah, so that's like that's more of the Gonzo stuff too, like Tarantino a little bit.
Yeah, and so what's interesting about Nobody to me is that it's kind of in the middle. And what I mean by that is like the action is like you can see quote unquote better action in other movies. The trapping is a cool idea. The Home Alone of it all is like what kind of brings the action out, I'd say, is like, oh, they're going to set a bunch of traps. We're going to get a montage of them setting traps, and then we're going to pay them off.
Yeah, we get to see them go off, yeah.
And it gets to a ridiculous point. Like what I thought was very silly is them taping the gun to the side of the slide. Because I was like, why would you know to put it there? Like, why would you ever know to put the gun there? It's just so convenient. And then
also the way it's shot, because it's the end of the montage, so it's the last thing he does. So he tapes it on the side. It's like there, and then he starts talking to the guy's like, and that's it.
Right, and you should say like that's for the dramatic finish when we're cornered and we happen to be right here and we can grab the gun. And so it's like it's silly.
Well, you
in
knew
that
he was going to lead
sense.
them down the slide.
Yeah, but that's still not a great place to put it, I would argue. Oh, no, he jumps off the slide, so he doesn't go in the water. Yeah, I guess that works.
Yeah, because the trap was at the bottom of the slide, remember?
It's still a silly place to put a single pistol. Where you're like, get a bigger gun. Or, I mean,
Kevin McAllister gets busted when he tries to do the same thing, remember? He's running next door, but the wet bandits beat him there.
Home Alone, all Home Alone needed was a gun. All Kevin needed was a gun, I realize.
He has a gun. It's just a pellet
gun.
Yeah,
just a pellet gun. Just give him a real gun.
Pesci has a gun in the second one. Fucking the stakes are raised. He's like, I'm killing this child.
Right. I'm going to shoot this child in the back of the head in Central Park.
Because he sent me to jail.
Yeah. It's fucked up.
You know what happens in jail? Nothing good.
There's a lot of darkness in those movies.
Awful time.
Yeah.
I'm a different man. It reminds me.
The sticky bandits.
Sort of. Yeah, the sticky bandits.
Yeah.
We need a new gimmick. All the people in prison just enraged at them for wasting water.
Right. I guess what I'm... Oh, you go.
I was going to say it reminds me sort of like Drunken Master, where like the appeal is more about giving the action a distinct personality or a more distinct personality. Because like I was saying, it feels like the focus here is... Like John Wick still improvises too, obviously. He kills an NBA star with a book, and it's incredible.
Yes.
But this Nobody feels way, way more focused on the improvisation. Like that's kind of sort of how they sell him being this badass. Is it's just he's endlessly resourceful in all these scenes. He's doing like Prince of Persia shit.
He's a comedian. He can improv.
Exactly. He can work a crowd. I think that's kind of what makes Nobody stand out to me. Is it feels like even though he's ultimate badass, it feels a little everyman because he's still getting the shit beat out of him.
I guess that's what I'm realizing. For me, it all boils down to Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
And you're right. The improv is a little, there is elements of that, but it's like Jackie Chan improv. I guess what I'm saying is that this movie,
I mentioned Drunken Master.
Yeah. this movie doesn't actually have. It's weird, but because it's so safe, I enjoyed it. Again, safe in 90 minutes, where I'm like, yeah, this is great. I'll throw this on any day.
Yeah.
But it feels. I guess my question is like, what is the bold version? What is the direction? Because I think I realize that this movie, in terms of narrative and action, doesn't have anything to offer that other movies don't. Even the premise, oh, I'm a family man, is like, well, True Lies is the better version of that, in my opinion. Because True Lies is the juicier version, which is like the family doesn't know. There's a reason True Lies ends with the family knowing, right? And him going off. Because that's actually the less interesting version. Like, this starts in the less interesting version of this idea, in my opinion, which is like, I kept waiting for like more, like I wanted the family to be more involved in the action at the end, but they're just sort of tucked away at this cabin.
A little bit. I like
no,
that.
they do. Like the son fights somebody, like,
yeah, he chokes him out, right? He doesn't kill him. That's right.
But like, you know what I mean? Where it's like the more interesting idea is my family doesn't know, and I'm on vacation. I'm trying to hide this, and then they find out. But like they kind of
we already did that because it's a sequel.
They already blew that. Yeah. And so like again, there's sort of a reason why they haven't made a True Lies sequel, because it's like that's the less interesting version.
Yeah.
So you combine that.
Go. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you combine that with the fact that the action isn't like this premium action. It's like it's fun.
It's clever.
And so I'm like, what does this movie really have at its core? And it really is like it's Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the character.
Right,
like
and everybody else is great too.
He feels distinct, like even in the way he's like fighting.
Yeah.
Like you can feel his exasperation. It's this
geez, man.
It's funny. You can feel his irritation in it.
Yeah.
Like he's like that's kind of what, like when he takes the electric cable off the wall and makes like a gauntlet for himself so he can fight all those guys with machetes.
Yeah.
Like
it's
he's just like,
even in this movie, even watching him do it, Bob Odenkirk, to me at least, is not a violent man. I can't see him as a violent man. He's as unviolent as David Cross is. Like they could have had either of them in this.
Yeah.
Where it's
honestly.
like they just don't seem. They're just like, and it's weird because like you look at comedians like Steve Carell when they make him a murderer. I'm like, I can see that. Like a lot of comedians can play dark characters.
You don't need to tweak Michael Scott that much to make him a murderer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A lot of the time when they take a comedian and make him a violent character, it's like bursts of violence, right? It's like it's like they're still not a badass. They're just capable. You know, it's Robin Williams in Insomnia or 1 Hour Photo, where you're like, how fucking weird are you gonna get, bro? You know?
Pretty weird.
Pretty fucking
Is
weird.
the answer.
So like there's something about comedians where we've learned that they can play like violent people in a disturbing like serial killer sense of it. But then it's like take a comedian and make them an action star where their whole deal is that they have this inherent violence within them that they can't shake. There's just something really cool about that using Bob Odenkirk.
Right,
because even when he's killing people, I'm like, he just doesn't seem violent to me.
Right, it seems like he's completely suppressed it, but he clearly hasn't.
Yeah. Christopher Lloyd, on the other hand, is perfect.
Oh, incredible.
I love he's been showing up a little more lately, but like
he's old as shit, man.
Yeah.
Like
he's gotta be.
You can tell he's quite old, but he's still mobile in this. Like he's in more scenes that I would have expected. Of course, they find an excuse for him to not be in most of the movie.
Yeah, and they put him in places where he's like he's sitting, he's standing, and
he walks a couple of
spot. Feet. Yeah.
In some scenes, but for most of the time, he's just sitting. He's sitting.
Yeah, nothing wrong with him being old as shit.
No, he's in his 90s, man. He's not gonna. But he's in. I just meant doing this. I meant that in admiration. Like he's fucking doing it. He's really.
I know he doesn't need to be doing this. Like I don't think he's hurting. You know,
probably not. I mean, how much money do you figure he gets for Back to the Future?
Exactly. And that sweet Clue rerun money.
Oh yeah.
That sweet Comedy Central money.
I was gonna say the Comedy Central checks.
Yeah. They drove that into the ground.
I was about to say, I think those dried up once we switched to streaming.
Yeah, probably. When's the last time you've watched Clue or Back to the Future? I feel like we covered Clue.
Back to the Future I watched recently.
Interesting. Back to the Future is one where I watched it so much. It's been like 10 years, and I'm like, I still remember the movie. I can tell you everything that happens in it.
We went through the trilogy recently because Marina hadn't seen them.
Shit. That's fucked.
Yeah, I know.
Did she enjoy the trying to fuck your own mom stuff?
Yeah, she thought it was great.
Yeah. It's the best part. Best
Really
part of those
funny,
movies.
yeah.
Fucking really weird shit.
Mm-hmm. Really, really whimsical, really captures your imagination. What if I traveled back in time and my mom wanted to put her finger inside me?
I do love the moment he goes to the West, he gets hung, and that also feels too real. Where it's like, I'm a teen from the 80s. Hey, what's up? And they're like, string him up, string the witch up.
Who you calling chicken?
Kill him. Kill that man.
Yeah. Take that guy outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Has Christopher Lloyd ever been violent? Is that also the gimmick here? Because I don't see him.
Judge Doom.
I mean, oh, right. That is darkness. Yeah.
He's like an all-timer as far as villains.
Yeah. But definitely I think the appeal of this is like, again, other movies have this, but it's like incredibly approachable murderers, where it's like Christopher Lloyd and Bob Odenkirk are such friendly guys.
Yeah.
That I'm like, I never feel like, again, even when they're murdering people, I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
They're so fun.
Yeah, I mean, it makes it a lot of, like the duck boat scene where they're getting, like the bad guys are getting like more and more alarmed. Like, I thought you said he was just a guy.
Yeah.
I thought he is a guy.
Yeah. Which again feels like, I guess this is my question. Could they make a Nobody 3 and just do this again?
I don't know. I feel like you'd have to escalate it somehow.
I don't know, because this
Get
is
his wife involved now.
Yeah, it is part of the charm. And what I mean is, like, we used to do this all the time, right? You'd make a sequel and it would just be like,
kind of be more of the same, like we mentioned Lethal Weapon.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's a new case.
I feel like Rush Hour, there's like slight tweaks where they'll go like, in this time they're in a different location.
Them
this
on,
time
like, there's
it's reversed, or like
I think Hollywood. I guess maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's not as broad of a statement as a broad truth as I think it is. I was going to say though, you never underestimate the appeal of just another adventure. Like, take these characters we like and just put them on another adventure. That's fucking great.
It almost feels subversive now, because I'm like, I don't know, sequels now.
It feels like you try too hard to like, oh, it's got to be the origin, or it's got to like Knives Out handled it really well. Like The Glass Onion is, here's just another case.
That's built for it. That's really well built for it.
Yeah.
Whereas this is like trickier, I think, a little bit, because I'd say there's just, I guess there's not much character escalation in each one.
Yeah.
Like, obviously, and then of course Megan 2 was like, let's just do something completely different.
Yeah.
Where it's like there's this feeling of like, I don't know, the Jurassic Worlds I guess they were like, let's make a haunted house. Like, that's escalation, right? Where I think sequels, I guess these days the instinct is like, let's make
bigger, better.
And continuing a story where it's like, like a second film is always like, we're just setting up the third film. Ultimately.
Well, I think that's because the focus recently has been on IPs and franchises, so things get announced as trilogies. So when in that case, there's the expectation that the stories connect because you are making a trilogy. You are setting out to make 3 films.
Yeah, it's tough because we have such a muddled view of, because I think of like, okay, who's the main sequel people, and it's Marvel, and Marvel doesn't really make sequels in the traditional sense. Like Captain America Civil War, it's like, that's not a sequel to Captain America, not really.
No.
And so
just
like
another installment, you know.
John Wick, I guess, because it's like those sequels are always like
our favorite characters on another adventure, you know. Those work
John
really
Wick
well.
Always escalates it technically, where they're like, and everybody's phone goes off and they're like, now we double try to murder you. And it's like, all right, until next time, he's going to have more people to murder. And you're like, great. Like, this feels more in line with that, only this is even more self-contained, where it's like, so like I could see a Nobody 3 where it's like, and this time they go here and we simply make it bigger. Die Hard did it, right? Where it's like,
and he's a very John McClane character.
Yeah, he is. Where it's like, new location, he has to do a Die Hard again.
Yeah.
I think what's I want for a third of this is less formula in terms of like the specifics, where it's like, I don't know if I need it to end with him doing a booby trap situation.
No, but I like that it focuses. I like that it's different from John Wick in that it's less about him just being this unstoppable badass. He has to be a little more wily.
Yeah. Yes, I like that too. I wouldn't mind. I guess how do you scale up booby traps? I like how do you scale? So like,
put him in an even more fun situation where you can pay it off. Like an amusement park is a great escalation, right? Like, think of all those traps. I think that's part of it if you want to do that.
Right. He also collects people. He collects people, right? Because the whole thing is he collects the amusement park owner for this one. Like, they collect characters, right? And it's like, hey, it's like more like, hey, gang, I want the third one to be a city, and I want him to like befriend the mayor, and like the entire city does a booby trap situation. So it's a whole city of booby traps involving like swinging buses, like the Home Alone bar, but it's a bus swinging through two skyscrapers.
Swinging? Yeah, hell yeah.
I want him to literally scale up the booby traps. And just like, and he has to booby trap an entire city.
He comes out in a Megazord.
Yes! Megazord him. Yeah.
Fucking Zord his ass.
I don't give a fuck. Why not?
Bring Michael Ironside back.
I do think for a sequel for a third Nobody, they'd have to like scale it way up or do something maybe different enough.
Yeah, it would be funny. There's a couple of things. I think getting Connie Nielsen more involved is one way to go.
Yeah.
You could have it. I mean, they already did the vacation thing, but a different way you could have done the vacation thing is have it be like every stage of the vacation, like the airport, the flight, the hotel, the cruise ship, the resort that you sailed to. You know, like every stage of him trying to be like, okay, let's, so there's a little bit more.
Right.
The things can escalate, the set pieces can change, and you get more fun in games because the environments are changing.
Right. Hear me out. Cruise ship. He promises to not do any crazy stuff for Connie Nielsen. He's gonna second propose to her, like let's get married all over again. But there's a guy, and he's on the cruise ship too, and he got sick because of like the copper making the cruise ship or something. It doesn't make sense. And he puts leashes on his body, and then he hijacks the cruise ship, and he has to do it again and save the cruise ship until it crashes into the mainland.
Yeah.
I think that's a movie.
And then he fights the mainland.
Yeah, and then he fights the mainland. I'm
each
down
of the
for that.
slugs individually, each of the leeches.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could also just accept a third movie.
He crashes the cruise ship into his booby traps. There it is.
Oh, booby trap. Yeah. I honestly could just do another third movie where they're like, and this time they're in Alaska. I don't know. Like,
where do you
could
go
see...
from amusement park?
All right, all right, I'll pitch something. I think he has to be the damsel. He gets kidnapped at the beginning, and the family has to get him back. And Connie Nielsen, who we're learning is a badass, has to Nobody and get him back. And we don't cut him out of it like he kicks ass from where he is and they meet in the middle or something.
Yeah.
But the idea is like he suddenly gets like the past comes back to haunt him, right? Somebody kidnaps him.
Yes. And then the growth is he learns that he sometimes has to rely on his family, and then that's okay.
Exactly. Do it in another country so they're nobodies again, like in that country.
Yeah.
And like they don't have the government to bail them out. You know, take away some of the safety nets. They could do something like that. Bring it to Paris or something.
Yeah, he could have a cybernetic finger in the next one
That would be cool.
with like a laser
Oh,
beam
and
in it.
like he's like Bucky, like he uses it to like beat people up with just
Hell
the
yeah,
pinky.
yeah. A vibranium
His pinky is really strong.
just flicking people.
Flicking people in the fucking face. Yeah, why not? Yeah, I don't know. It's fun. It's fun. It's one of those. This is one of those movies where I'm like, I don't really have much to say about it because it's like here, you want nobody again, but they're on vacation. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I
like
do.
it's 90
I
minutes,
do.
and I'm like, sure. Easy peasy, you know.
It was fun.
It was
Very
fun.
enjoyable.
It was exactly what it offered. Mm-hmm. And I enjoyed it. So yeah. Go see it, I guess. If you like Nobody, you'll like Nobody too.
Yeah. If you're
I
a
think
fan
someone
of
asked me-
Timo, you might be a little disappointed because it does
Oh.
have to pull back on the carnage.
I do want to go back to that because the first one was the hardcore Henry guy, the
Right.
director of that. And the second one was Timo. And I do think like it feels like when Hollywood, it's that thing where Hollywood takes a director, like a foreign director, an indie, and they're like, you want to do nothing unique? You want to just be normal? Where it's like, it does feel like this Nobody franchise is like a filter to like, to be like, all right, now be normal. Now just don't, we're going to take everything that made you unique and put you on the map. Now make this movie that's going to take all of that out. And it's like, it's almost like it feels like there's directors like training on like mainstream films. Like this is because I do think these exist, which is like you make this indie hit and this is how it should be. And how it used to be. And I think we're getting back to it a little is you make an indie hit and then you go, okay, you want $30 million? And they're like, yeah, I'll do 30 million. And after that, they'd be like, okay, you want 90 million? You want, like, instead of saying like, oh, you made this movie for $500,000, you want Jurassic World?
You know,
like
75 million Jurassic. It was more than that.
Right. Like it does feel like both Nobody films were created specifically as ways to like test directors. Of like, all right, can you just make like a middle of the road action film, a fun action film?
I'm sure part of it is an audition, right?
It feels like it because it's like,
So you
What
assume
is
that the
Timo?
director would want to get more work that's lucrative, like in the way that a movie like this would be lucrative.
yeah, because what is fucking Timo Chianto like? What speaks to him about Nobody that he was like, I got to do a
Probably
Nobody
the
film?
ass kicking.
Yeah. But you know what I mean? Where it's like, I'm sure he liked the first one. He was like, oh, Bob Odenkirk, I love him. Like, there's nothing, again, it seems like it's fun and light as a project, you know?
Yeah.
But it does give me that feeling of like, this isn't a passion project. This is a, let's knock one out and have
let's
a lot
make
of
a
fun
movie.
doing it.
Yeah. He's still got his own, like he's cranking out movies on Netflix.
Right. But it does for that reason. I'm like, it doesn't feel like we're getting like really a showcase of these directors.
No. The first one definitely didn't feel as bombastic as Hardcore Henry.
Yeah. And so like,
Or as unique, you know.
yeah. Which again is fine. Again, these are fun. They're not trying to be anything like
No.
bigger than that.
No.
I just think that's interesting. I don't know. That they would, bring on these people and then like not really let them do the thing they do. I don't know. Hardcore Henry guy just did Heads of State, which I still have to watch, and he signed on. So Guy Ritchie is no longer signed on to Roadhouse 2, but he's on Roadhouse 2.
Oh, okay.
And Roadhouse 2 is one where it felt like they were more playful with the action. I'm like, yeah,
That's true. Yeah.
let's do
That
something
was a lot
nuts
of
with
fun.
that.
This
Yeah.
is in a similar vein, though. It's a similar tone.
Yeah, Roadhouse 2 has the factor of like, or Roadhouse had the factor of like, we're also going to be weird.
Yeah.
We're going to be unhinged more.
This is
and,
weird, too. This is like pulpy and strange.
It is.
in the way
Again,
that everybody's a lunatic.
Yeah, especially Sharon Stone.
Yeah,
she's killing it.
Yeah.
She like, it felt like she was having so much fun where she's like, I'm just going to be the shittiest scumbag
Yeah, she doesn't. When
bad
was the
guy.
last time she got to be like a weirdo bad guy? Catwoman?
Right. Yeah, I'm going to get shot in the eye with a dart and I'm going to have
exploded.
deserved it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get exploded while grinning.
Yeah.
She's the Joker.
She's
the fucking
basically,
Joker
yeah.
in this. It's ridiculous. It's so over the top.
Yeah.
Like it's not even necessary for this movie where you're like, what is this fucking maniac?
Right. She's more over the top than the film itself.
Yeah, and I love that.
Yeah.
I fucking love that.
Great pick. Great cast all around. Everybody's having a blast.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah. Check it out.
Check it out. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Thank you.
Are we done? We're done.
I think so. Yeah. We were talking about other movies there for a minute, so we're done.
Yeah. We have a Patreon, patreon.com/gamefullyunemployed. For $5 a month, you get access to a bunch of podcasts. The entirety, from beginning to end, of Fox Mulder is a Maniac. We have finished that. It's all on there. Tom and Jeff watch Batman. They will never finish. They will die talking about Batman.
Yeah. As long as the Batman's still out there keeping us all safe.
Yep. Star Trek The Next Futurama, Spiel Boys, and then Himboo's, our brand new Supernatural podcast. We're talking about Supernatural. That just began. So we will die talking about Supernatural.
Oh, yeah.
as well.
Hopefully in the middle of it. Hopefully in the middle of an episode.
God, yeah, I
Ideally.
hope so.
Buy a
and we will-
ghost.
Yeah.
We'll get 9/11 to buy a ghost while we're recording.
God, yeah. You heard it here first, folks. That's how we're going to die. And you can be here for it if you go on our Patreon.
Yeah.
You can also watch movies with us every Friday night for a little more. Movies like Nobody. We watch every kind of movie.
We've watched
it's
Nobody,
fun.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, we get together every Friday night.
We've
as a
definitely watched
family.
Hardcore Henry.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We
Recently.
Yeah, I think so. We also have a store. Head over to GamefullyUnemployed.com where you can find a link to our Teespring store where we have all kinds of cool original artwork by cool original artists like Michael Vincent Bramley, Starlene Hodge, Justin Brown, and others. So check that out.
Yes.
Rate and review our podcast wherever you're listening. Check out our new show, Badical, Badical. And I think that's it. I think that's all the things.
I think that's all the things.
All right.
Good work, everybody.
Yeah,
Let
great
us
job.
all... Yeah.
Nobody's all.
Nobody's what?
Nobody's all. All of us are nobodies. Nobody's fool.
Ooh.
There we go.
I gotta watch Nobody's Fool again. Is this a prequel to that?
They should connect this. Yeah, like that's...
Yeah.
Paul Newman is Bob Odenkirk.
Yes, in the past. That
Yes.
works.
Origin story, yeah.
God, yes. Hey, listen, our music is produced by Chris Corlew. You can find him on twitter.com as the Corlew or go to shipwreckedsailor.bandcamp.com. Our channel artwork is produced by Michael Vincent Bramley. For more of his work, go to mvbramley.art. Our episode artwork is by Justin Brown, available on Twitter as Justin T. Brown or at Artness by JustinBrown.com. And finally, additional artwork is by Starlene Hodge. You can find her work at StarleneArts.com or on Twitter as StarleneX. Cool. Goodbye.